Thank you for joining us today at Miniature Wargaming Labs. Today we'll be checking out Warlord Games Wellington's British Army Starter Set. This is for Black Powder Epic Battles, the Waterloo campaign. So this is the starter box you get with the British. So right now you're looking on their website, time of filming, it says $155. So if you go to your local game store, you're looking at paying $1.50. So let's see what you get for the set. Here everything is assembled for you. I have 10 battalions of infantry. So we have regular British line infantry and we have rifles here. So the way I laid it out, I have one brigade here, 4 battalions, with a battalion of rifles, same again. Then I've got these guys all laid out in line. Then over here is the heavy cavalry, light cavalry. Here's the regular 9-pounder artillery, and then the cavalry artillery escorts. You get a battalion of artillery for light and heavy cavalry. And I cut out 7 commanders here, so I'll have one for each of the brigades and an overall force commander if I choose to use them. And then we have the building in back, La Belle Alliance. Okay. So what these are sitting on are 2 12-inch by 12-inch cardboard tiles. So this will give you an idea of this set punched out, put on its bases, put on a 12-inch by 24-inch setup. You get a sense of how much real estate footprint those models take up. So you can see that extrapolating this to a 4x4 or a 4x6, you could actually play a pretty good game of maneuver warfare here. Now, with the idea of the Waterloo campaigns, you're not opening this box and setting out a full battle of Waterloo. But what you do is you get the different buildings and you have enough troops to capture a slice of the battle. And this allows you to make a minimum investment on different types of units. There's expansion sets after this, of course, and I've got some of those we'll go over later. But the idea is you can create one small force and just jump into different parts of the line and try to capture different elements there. Now, one of the major complaints about this set is rifles are only in line, they're not in skirmish. You have to buy a different set for that. But given the rules, just pretend they're in skirmish order. It's not going to hurt you. One of the things that I like about this set especially is in the painting guide here. Infantry regiment facings, collars, cuffs, and turnbacks. All the colors of the facings and the collars with the appropriate regiment there. So really appreciate that as just a reference guide. Flags are decent, same as the French set. You got your rulebook, looks good. Love the Sarissa buildings, come together so easily, and I design them so that, let's give a little example here. I can fit the battalions in there. So you should be able to line the battalions up inside, which is in the rulebook of fortifying buildings. So this building is designed to fit about 4 bases here. Now, with cavalry here, good variety of that. I set it up as with the heavy 2 bases of Scots Greys, 2 battalions of 3 bases each of household cavalry, and 2 bases, 1 battalion heavy dragoons. Is that how it goes? Yeah, something like that. A similar thing right here. You do have a couple leftover pieces in case you want to buy more frames to expand out your cavalry, but this is actually a pretty good selection. So having a look at the footprint when it's all cut out, let's take a look at what you get when you cut the box open and see what's inside. So when you receive your box, this is what it'll look at. So quite big here. So let's take the shrink wrap off. See what you get when you unwrap it. So just a massive box here. Okay. So looks like we got sprues everywhere. All right, so this is. All right, so we got our British Light Cavalry. Oh, so this is the Light Cavalry sprue. I was looking at the headgears, trying to place it. So Light Cavalry, 2, 3 Light Cavalries. Okay, so 3 Light Cavalries. So these are our Heavy Cavalry sprues. And you can tell the difference on the sprues when you look at the artillerymen. So the artillerymen on the Heavy Cavalry sprue are holding the wheel and sharing it, while the Light Cavalry sprue, the artillerymen aren't touching on the wheels. So I guess because it's lighter. So it looks like we got 2 Heavy Cavalry, 3 Heavy Cavalry, 3 Light Cavalry sprues. Okay. Oh my god, that's... yeah. So there's the infantry sprue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sprues of infantry. Now some of these are supposed to be rifle. God knows which ones. There's just a ton of these. One. So let's see which one of these is not like the other. Imagine. Oh, okay, so they're on the sprue. Okay. So the sprue is mixed. So it's so there's rifles mixed in with the line infantry, and in this set, all the rifles are in close order, not in skirmish. Okay, and so here are all the bases to go with our guys. That's insane. Oh, I forgot to point out the books. So this is how your books come, which I'm very happy with. I wanted the smaller format, just because it's easier for me to travel with. And this was, there it is. John. Thank you, John. Actually seems a very well packed set. Thanks for the dice. Now, we have our Sarissa Precision, the Battle Alliance. Yeah, I've never done a Sarissa Precision, so this will be a chance to do that. Looking forward to that. And we have instructions on painting. No assembly instructions, because they never give those. And then we have our various colors here, our regimental flags and national flags. Alright, everything, actually probably one of the best packed boxes I've seen. Didn't actually seem like I was worried that I didn't get any of my stuff. That happens sometimes. In the overall assessment, I'm actually quite happy with the British Starter Army. This is an excellent beginning to doing Napoleonic warfare. 155 bucks. I actually feel like I have enough forces here to play some of this particular parts of the line of the Waterloo campaign. Sure, I don't have Highlanders. There's some. I don't have the rifles in skirmish order. Don't have some of the key commanders from those lines, but those are all expansion sets, which you might not be ready to take on. So I was planning to get into Napoleonic warfare when I turned 50. I have not turned 50. However, I do like the small size of these figures, the smaller scale. this entire force, this is a starter army that you can cut off the sprue, assemble, paint, and it will actually take up less space in the box that it came in than once you started. So you imagine a lot of the 28mm armies, when you cut them off, assemble them, they're not going back in that box. This actually will go back in the box and take up less space than it was initially, and that means I can buy more line infantry, more cavalry, Highlanders, 95th Rifles and Skirmish, and add them to this starter box and store it in my cabinets and keep expanding the force without having to take up more cabinet space. So I love the smaller form factor. So overall, $155. I've paid more to get less of a functioning army game out of a set. And I'm really looking at playing this on a 4x4 table. I think with this taking up a 1 foot by 2 foot patch, I can imagine laying out a 4x4 table and just getting straight in with the rule book. You know, we can do ambushes. You can stray from the scenario pack and the 100 Days campaign pack. That would be fine. So overall, very happy with the British Army starter set. I think it gives you a mix of everything you need to at least pretend to play Napoleonic Warfare and Waterloo campaign. You might need a little bit more effort to actually get the composition of the right units in the specific lines if you wanted to be 100% accurate. So if you're looking at getting into Napoleonics, have a friend buy the French, you can buy the British or the Prussians. Some of these guys will pass for some of the other Allied armies, but it's a good set. It's a good way to get started. Everything all in one. Well, thank you for joining us at Miniature Wargaming Labs, and we'll see you next time.